Shalom Mevracher, it's Thursday, Parsha's Ki Sisa. Tes Zayin L'Chodesh Adar Tavshin Pevav. And we hope that all of you had a Freiliche Purim and a Freiliche Shushan Purim. This year, we are standing in dangerous times as the Sunni Yisrael are raining upon us missiles, and we are all looking for ways to be Zoiche to Rachmei Shomayim. And our Tfilas Purim definitely pierced the heavens to be Zoiche to V'napechu Ash Yishletu HaYehudim Heima B'Seineim. And the words of the Mikra Megillah were way more meaningful this year than any other year. But it's obvious that our avodah continues to look for Zchusim, look for ways to be Ma'orei Rachmei Shomayim, to be Ma'orei Shaloi Yishama Shoid V'Sheva B'Gvilenu. We should only hear good news, and we should continue to witness miracles. One of the scholars that our Gedolim have told us in the past, which is relevant by Shas Melchama, and it's relevant to other situations too, is that they recommended and they suggested that people should be makabel upon themselves to be makabel Shabbos earlier than usual. And the Noshim Tzidkanios should light the Neira Shabbos before the time that they have to. How does that work? Why is that a skula? So we're used to understanding you bring more Shabbos into the world. Shabbos is a shirish of chesed, of rachmim, kihi mekoyer abrocha. The more Shabbos, then there's more brocha. But let's learn together, Be'ezer Hashem Yisbarach, a piece in Zera Shimshon this week, Oizvav, and we'll have a new understanding, a new chizuk, how important and how impactful it is to be makpid on our Erev Shabbos afternoon, that we should stop earlier and prepare for the Heilige Shabbos. Let's learn together this nifla digashtikel and the zchus of the Limud HaTorah and the zchus of the Zera Shimshon and the zchus of our Kabbalah being makabel Shabbos earlier will help us to be goiver over our enemies. Zog the Heilige Zera Shimshon, Medrash Yalkut, in Parsha's Sisa on the pasuk, V'shamru b'nei Yisrael es ha-Shabbos. We have to keep Shabbos. Then the pasuk continues, La'sois es ha-Shabbos le'deroisam. Reb Nosson Oimer, Minayin ata Oimer, how do you know? Shekol mi shemeshaber mishamer es ha-Shabbos ketekuna. Anybody that keeps Shabbos properly. Mala olav akosov ki'ilu shama kala Shabbosois miyoim shabara kadosh baruch hu ha'olam ad sheyichyu hamesim. You keep Shabbos properly, ketikuna, then it's considered, it's reckoned as if you kept all the Shabbosois from the beginning of the world until Tchias hamesim shenema v'shamru b'nei Yisrael es ha-Shabbos. Ad kan divrei Medrash. Who Tema says of Zera Shimshon, this is a pella, this is a wonder. How is it possible? You keep Shabbos properly, and it's reckoned as if you kept all the Shabbosos for thousands of years. Well, you didn't. What's the understanding that will be your schar? Question number 2, V'oid mahu ketekuna. Can you please tell us what I have to do? Minayin she'at oimer shekalamisha mishamer Shabbos ketekuna, properly. What does properly mean? Third question. In this pasuk in this week's Parsha, it says V'shamru b'nei Yisrael es ha-Shabbos. One time the word Shabbos. Then it says La'sois es ha-Shabbos. Why do you have to say the word Shabbos twice? You could have said V'shamru b'nei Yisrael es ha-Shabbos La'soisoi. Secondly, the first time it says the word V'shamru b'nei Yisrael es ha-Shabbos. You have to do a shmirah to the Shabbos. Next words are La'sois es ha-Shabbos, to make the Shabbos. What's the difference between V'shamru es ha-Shabbos or La'sois es ha-Shabbos? These are the 3 questions that the Zera Shimshon asks. Number 1, how can you keep Shabbos that we weren't alive for? Number 2, What's the mean ketikuna? Number 3, in the pasuk itself, what's twice the Shabbos, and also the difference in Shmira and Asiyah. Zok the Zera Shimshon v'noida is brought down from the Arizal. Ki be'erev Shabbos maschil lisnoit seif eza arashal neshama yisera. Shabbos doesn't begin at Shkia. No. Shabbos begins, there's a snoitzitzitz. It starts to grow. It starts to develop hours before. Friday afternoon. K'moshe kosov yoim hashishi. Ha'hei yisera, there's the extra hey lirmois. Shemisha nikba be'eretz Yisrael acher chomesh shoyes yom hashishi. From after 5 hours on Friday, nitzel mechibut hakeva. When a person zoicha to get buried erev Shabbos afternoon, befrat in Eretz Yisrael, then he's zoicha to be nitzel, to be protected from chibut hakeva, since Shabbos has begun. V'oid shegamhu yom kadosh. Friday afternoon is a holy time. L'hachen atzmei letzarche Shabbos. V'acher chatzois lekadosh atzmei lesakem al bushav. Friday afternoon is not a time to work. Friday afternoon is a time to prepare for Shabbos. Continues the Zera Shimshon. Or Beis the Chagiga Tanya. A nifra digarem is over here. Reb Shimon HaChassid Oima. The pasuk says in Yoir, Asher kimtu b'leis. Those people that weren't really created. Who are these people? Eile tov kuf ein daled doros. There was 974 generations. Shekamti lebaros koidem shnivra olam. They were almost created, but they weren't created on Nivru. And there's neshamas waiting from those people, that these neshamas that didn't develop into people in the 974 years before the Bria. And what happened to those neshamas? Amad HaKadosh Baruch Hu v'shaslam b'chol dover doyer. In every generation, we have the neshamas, the souls of those individuals that were supposed to be nivra before the world. Ve'hein as they panim shebadoyer. You see a person that is brazen. You see a person that's a chutzpaniak. You see a person that has the audacity to send a missile into inhabited place. That's azes panim. That's a chutzpah. Those neshamas, those people, were from the Tov Kuf Ayin Daled Doros before the world. How do we protect ourselves from those people? How are we misaking that? When we work on Shabbos, we prepare for Shabbos. Erev Shabbos is a tikkun le'ela hadoros. That's a tikkun for the Tov Kuf Ayin Daled Doros of Azeponim. V'chein Erev Shabbos is gematria Tov Kuf Ayin Dalet. Erev Shabbos is gematria 974. By utilizing the Erev Shabbos, we get nitzel from the Azei Ponim of the Doyer. V'zeh Parsha Kosov. This is what the pasuk means. Dvarim Niflaim. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael es Shabbos means Erev Shabbos. You'll start anticipating. Lashon va'aviv shamer es hadavar. Friday afternoon, you'll close shop and you start preparing for Shabbos. Shishoyme Shabbos or Mamtin Shoavei Shabbos. Lekable b'kedusha v'tahara. You start preparing for Shabbos. You start cleaning for Shabbos. You start getting ready for Shabbos. Uchdei lasis as a Shabbos ketikunoi. Make sure Shabbos is done right. You'll add something for Shabbos. You go and buy something for Shabbos. You'll be involved in Shabbos. To be shatarach erev Shabbos, yeichel b'Shabbos. That's the Shomru b'nei Yisrael es Shabbos. Oz yenefshev loy ki'ilu shoyme kol ha-Shabbosos. If you'll keep Shabbos properly, meaning you won't start Shabbos by Shkia, you'll start Shabbos way earlier, erev Shabbos in the afternoon. Then with that, you're being mistaken the Tov Kuf Ayin Daled Doros gematria erev Shabbos. Then it's reckoned if you kept Shabbos all the way back, meaning you gave a tikkun to those neshamas, tikkun kol ha'ila neshamas, shem shesulim b'chol dover doyer, sherei a tikkun sheyasa b'shmiras erev Shabbos is misakin them. Therefore, it's like you kept Shabbos all the way along. That's the understanding in this chazal, and that's the double lashon in the pasuk. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael es Shabbos is going on preparing Erev Shabbos. That's one Shabbos. What are you going to do in those moments? La'asoi says Shabbos, in order that Shabbos should be kept properly, correctly, says the Medrash. If you keep Shabbos ketikuna, you don't fall into Shabbos. When Shabbos comes, you do it properly. You give it the respect. Like if somebody's son or daughter is coming back from yeshiva, from seminary, you go out to be makabel upon him. If you have a king coming, the person goes out to be makabloi. Kal v'chayma, when Shabbos is coming, Shabbos HaMalka, we go out and we prepare ourselves and we get ready. And this was the way of tzaddikim and kedoshim and in the Amaroim. And we know that for the Briskerov, he would sit all ready for Shabbos, waiting and anticipating for Shabbos. The earlier one prepares for Shabbos, the more he's zoicha to this haftacha. And this is the understanding what our Gedolim tell us. You're looking for a skula to be protected from the Azei Podim Shebadoir. This is it. Prepare for Shabbos early, even if it's only 5 minutes, even if it's less than that. But every mashu of more chashivas for Shabbos on a Friday protects the person from the Azei Ponim. And oh boy, do we have Azei Ponim in our generation. And those Azei Ponim are out, Rachmana litzlan, to destroy us. When we are mechazik our Erev Shabbosos, v'shomer b'nei Yisrael HaShabbos, then we rid ourselves of these Azei Ponim. Everybody in his situation can be mechazik the Erev Shabbos, gematria tov kuf ayin dalet, and that will eradicate the Azei Ponim Shebadoir, and we will be zoiche to continuously see nitzim v'niflois, and we'll see Yeshua v'nechamois, and achenu kol Beis Yisrael and esunim batzara, ha'mokim yirachem aleim, v'yitzim mitzar l'ravacha, ma'feile la'oira, u'meshibed le'k'ula, because today hu Shabbos sheterachem, v'zoichet ya good Shabbos, and the schus of the Zera Shimshon, Yagin Badenu Levashivet Vayishua Varachmim, a good Shabbos.